welcome to the session Keeping It Simple with Prashant Rajore. It's our fourth episode today and it is wonderful. The interest in the episodes are increasing. More and more people are asking questions and a lot of people are also sending their reviews. They are saying that they are enjoying this question and answer session. So in a short while from now, Dhruv will join us with the new questions. So till that time, if you have any questions, you can post them here or send them to Dhruv directly and he will ask those questions on your behalf. So we are just waiting for Dhruv and any moment he'll be here. I've just accepted his friend request. Yes.
Jai
Dhruv
Gurudev.
is here. Jai Gurudev.
Sorry, please, I don't want to stop you.
No, I was just saying that you're going to join any moment. So yeah, there you are.
Okay, perfect, Bhaiya. So are we ready for to ask questions or?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Ready as always.
All right, perfect, Bhaiya. So we had have some questions that were asked last time that I couldn't answer because of time, and then I got some questions today also. So should I start with the ones we got here last time?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, Bhaiya. So the last time the first question was, what is the importance of fasting on Ekadashi?
Yeah, fasting gives little rest to the digestive system. When the digestive system is given rest, then it functions even more better. Rest is required everywhere, and digestive system is something which is working 24 hours, 24/7. So that also requires rest. And fasting is giving rest to the digestive system. So there was it is the system of fasting is there across all religions also. They do some fasting in some form or the other. So the ancient people felt that it should be little more regular. So they suggested once a week means you choose a day. Mondays you are going to fast, or Tuesdays or Wednesdays, or once a fortnight. So once a fortnight becomes Ekadashi or Chaturthi, and once a week again becomes Chaturthi and Ekadashi. That is also weekly, 7 days in between there's a gap. So to give it regularity, but not more than once a week we should fast. So now a couple of years ago, the Japanese doctor got the Nobel Prize for medicine, no? And he discovered that the Indian system of fasting is very good for autophagy. Autophagy means the body starts destroying cells which are not required. And that is how disease can be controlled. And for that research, he got the Nobel Peace Prize. So something very scientific existed in our country for thousands of years. So it's not that the ancient people did not know anything. In fact, they knew much more than we think they knew.
Okay. Thank you, Bhaiya. The next question is, in advanced meditation course, many times I cannot do meditation one after another. I feel energetic, but I cannot meditate immediately. Why?
It's just a phase, the mind, when you go in silence and you meditate so much, sometimes the mind becomes a little rebellious. And you have to tell, okay, I'm going to allow the mind to be rebellious, but I will do what I have to do. And you sit there, let the mind race wherever it wants to. And then you see that mind which has become rebellious, it flips over and it calms down. Then you connect to the depth of silence. Okay. In fact, in one of the talks, Gurudev says the restlessness in the mind and restlessness in the body is like fodder for meditation. So if you're able to hold on to that restlessness and not give in to that restlessness, that meditation becomes even more powerful. And you go to a state beyond all that restlessness of body. And that is what meditation is, connecting to the self. When we connect to the self, then all the other restlessness in the other 6 layers do not matter. We are able to experience peace in spite of that restlessness of mind and body, and in the other layers also.
Thank you. Next question is I received today is how to deal with negative vibes. If we feel a negative energy from somebody, what to do in that situation?
See, all types of vibes are going to come from all places. Now, if you see a lamp, the lamp says, I'm seeing darkness everywhere, and all the darkness is coming to me only. And it does not give up in that. It says, no matter what, no matter what the darkness is, I'm going to light like a lamp, and I'm going to spread light. And that little light also in a room gives so much light. So many people get a sense of direction in that darkness, isn't it? So even if the full room is full of darkness, even then your little light is good enough. So your little positivity is good enough in an ocean of negativity also. It will show you direction, and it will show direction to many, 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 many people. So instead of being bothered about that negativity, you be happy that you have positivity in you. Okay.
Thank you, Bhaiya. There's a live question. It says, I feel offended every time and I feel emotional almost every day. I was taking antidepressants and now I left. I felt good for some time. Now I'm more emotional and cry a lot. Please help.
Yeah, let the emotions come. When we fight the emotions, then the emotions persist a lot. So let the emotions come. We are not machines to not have any emotions. Sometimes they are more, sometimes they are less. And when we say they should not be there, they should not be there, we are killing the human being in us. That is what differentiates us between, that is what is the differentiating factor between a machine and us. We have emotions. So live those emotions, be there. And in fact, in one of the Bhakti Sutras, today in the Hindi session, Gurudev was saying, instead of saying I should not be angry, direct your anger to the divine. Your sadness towards the divine. Say, it is because of you only. So rather than, subduing it or suppressing it, you just direct the anger, your emotions towards the divine. And that direction towards the divine will free you. Not free from emotions, but keep you mentally free and happy, joyful.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Okay, so here's a question. I faced many disappointments in life, relationships. I've gotten used to a not caring attitude. Am I being dispassionate or am I running away from my life?
See, only you can tell yourself that whether you're running away from life or you're dispassionate. Nobody else can judge it for you. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, people who appear to be externally very calm and quiet may not have got the knowledge because everything is boiling within them. And there are opposite also, people who appear to be very emotional, very charged up, showing a lot of anger and arrogance. They might be really enlightened. They might be very peaceful inside. So what is the state of your mind inside? How free you are, how joyful you are being whatever you are. That is more important. So, and these judgments will come, little dispassion sometimes will come, little all these things will come. So don't get into so much judgments also. Just relax, be happy, and move on with life. Whether it is this or that, so much time, it's all past. No, whatever we are judging is all past, and no matter what, we are not going, we will not be able to change it in the next 10,000 years. Okay. So, and no matter how much we train ourselves to be in a certain way, it doesn't work. So emotions take over, things take over. So just be yourself, be natural. That's all.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Next question is, I want to go back to lockdown as I felt safer from the virus. How to balance safety and my commitment to work?
Yeah, the government has given us guidelines: wear a mask at all times, keep social distancing, and be home as much as possible. So maintain all those guidelines, and then your chances of catching the virus is much less then, isn't it? And even if you catch the virus, keep on doing your Sudarshan Kriya regularly. It will increase your immunity. It will increase the resistance power. It will increase so many aspects of your health, and that will hold you steady even if you contract the virus. First, the chances of contracting the virus reduces when you meditate regularly, you do your pranayams and Sudarshan Kriya. But even if you do contract, you will come out of it very quickly. So rather than being scared, you have the tools. You should feel confident, isn't it?
Yes, great. So the next question is, How to increase our strength, both mental and spiritual?
Yeah, mental, spiritual, at the level of spiritual, everything is. It's only the mental strength which is required. And गुरुजी बोलते हैं ना, कुछ जानकर चलो, कुछ मानकर चलो. तो ये मानकर चलो मैं strong हूँ, है ना? All of us go through certain periods of weak mental behavior, and it's okay. You're not expected to show stronger and strongest behavior all the time. Sometimes little vulnerabilities are there, and that makes us human beings. And those periods of vulnerabilities are very small. They come momentarily and go. So see everything as passing. And just because something has happened in the past, you exhibited a certain behavior, it does not make you weak, no? It's gone. Right now you're free from all those things. So it's not there. So enjoy what is there right now. It's not there. The weakness of mind is not there right now. It was there in a particular situation in the past which you are judging and you're saying that it is not good, isn't it? So in the present moment, everything is there, intact and strong.
Okay. Thank you, Bhaiya. So here's a question coming in. How to get rid of fear? Fear of talking to people, fear of taking risks. I'm a very shy person. How to remove shyness completely?
See, you are shy, that is your nature. Okay, but that nature should not come in the way of you taking more responsibility and doing what you need to do. Okay, only by taking risks you will become stronger. You cannot say I will become strong, then I will take risks. You have to start taking risks. You learn to bicycle only when you sit on the bicycle. You cannot say I will learn to bicycle and then sit on the bicycle. So in the same way, you have to ride that period of toughness, taking a risk. You have to start speaking out. So by nature, even I am a shy person. I don't like speaking much, but I'm still in front of you live talking confidently. So these are different aspects. You can be shy by nature, but you can also be very confident and strong. Okay, so both are opposite. They're not connected to each other.
Thank you, Bhaiya. There's one more question. What is brahmachari lifestyle? It fascinates me when looking at it external. How is that lifestyle?
So brahmachari, the word brahmachari means one who is on the path of or living the life of or one who's in the quest of Brahman. Acharan means behavior and Brahma means infinity. One who's living on that path of infinity. So usually it is connected with your education time. You study a lot, you learn a lot, and that is a bachelor's life. Okay, and after that, brahmachari period of brahmachari comes grahastha, where you get married and you get into your worldly life, your job and business, whatever you do, maintaining relationships. All that is a life of a grahastha. So you're already, if you have lived a student's life, you have already lived a life of a brahmachari. No? So you have experienced it yourself. External speaking is not going to make any difference. So there is nothing fascinating. Whatever you're doing, okay, if you go and stay in the Gurukul and in an ashram, it has little more nuances, but 90-95% of it you have already lived.
Thank you, Bhaiya. So the next question is, can you shed some light on time management? I tend to have a lot of wastage.
Living in the present moment is time management. If you can live in the present moment and handle that present moment, then you are able to manage more and more things in shorter and shorter time. Okay, so I might be appearing to speak something cryptic, but this happens when we do a lot of advanced meditation program. So every online advanced meditation program, every 6 to 8 weeks, we should do that. A little more also, once in 4 weeks also we can do that. And practice our Sudarshan Kriya, all the knowledge which Gurudev has given us, the Seva, Sadhana, then that mind becomes very sharp and subtle, and it can hold time. then everything happens. That is what we see with Gurudev, no? I have seen so many times that it's more than time for him to leave to the airport. People are telling him, Gurudev, it's time to leave the airport. We are 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late. And he says, yeah, yeah. And he will keep on meeting people. And then he will leave at a particular time. And somehow, things just fall into place and he will reach the airport much before time. So that is what, you learn to hold time in the present moment. And that is what all this sadhana is all about. It appears to be very cryptic at this moment of time, but when we practice more and more, it becomes more and more real. Last question for today.
Okay. Okay, so I'll pick one. One astrologer said for that my coming 2.5 years, time is going to be bad. On and off, it keeps coming in my mind. I know I should not run away, but it bothers me.
Okay. See, there is no time totally bad and there is no time totally good. In some aspects, your time might be bad, but in some other aspects, that time might be good. For example, night time is not a time to go out and work and this, but that is the best time to rest, isn't it? In the same way, daytime is the time to go out and work. It's not that right time to rest. So there is no time which is good or bad. Okay, when the astrologer is talking about 2.5 years, he's saying that you're having 2.5 years of Saturn, Ardhashtam Shani or Ashtam Shani you are having, and that is what is going to. That is why he's saying it is going to be bad. But Shani is a very good planet. He pushes you towards divinity. So for spiritual people, Shani is a very good person, very good planet. And for politicians, although all the politicians have become prime ministers, or all people have become prime ministers in the time of Shani. Even Narendra Modi is going through his Sadesati at this moment of time. Okay, so Shani does very good to political people and spiritual people. So you're on the path of spirituality. It is going to make your spiritual quest and your spiritual being much deeper. So, and how does that happen? When you're cut off from the worldly things. If you're a worldly person, then you are struggling. Why? Because you face a lot of hurdles in your job, you face a lot of problems in society, with your family, with everything around you. But only then you can turn towards spirituality and become a strong spiritual person. No? So from that aspect, it is a very, very good time. So it's time to do your practices. It's time to be a little, circumspect with whatever you're doing. Not be in a hurry. Let the time pass. And do whatever is possible and don't bother about things which are not happening, things which are troubling you. Don't worry about it. It's a play of time. It will pass. Everything passes. The worst of the storms pass, isn't it? We had a storm in Bombay a few days ago. That passed. It does not remain for all the time. So this stormy time, as far as worldly life is concerned, will also pass. And don't worry. It will all be all right sooner or later. And one good thing about Shani is whatever it takes away, he gives it back also. It's not that, and sometimes double the quantity, triple the quantity. So it's like an investment, you go through the tough times, invest, but then at the end of that period, you get a lot of returns back. Okay.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya. It was an amazing half an hour with you. Please, if you have anything else, please, you can share.
No, nothing. As long as there are questions and as long as there is time, I'm always available. And I'm seeing that more and more people are watching our program, which is a good sign. More and more people are asking questions is a better sign. And we will continue this every Monday, 6:30 p.m. And hope we are able to connect more people. If you are watching, you please invite others also to come and join this program. They can ask their questions. And every day is going to be a fresh round of questions, fresh round of answers. And you will get one more perspective to life. I'm not saying I'm speaking the truth, but there are so many perspectives. One more perspective which will help you. Okay. So wish you all the best and hope to see you next week.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.